We do not know their land for two reasons. One is that we have the opportunity to travel to every part of our world, and two are that even if we travel to every part of our world, it is beyond our ability to understand what we see and hear. Even the brightest minds, scientists, and technologically advanced scientists have not found an alternative to this day. In our journey today, we will tell you one by one the great, natural mysteries of our Earth that are beyond the reach of science. One, forgive us today, a place that is not suitable for our families. We will take it. It is like a river that cannot be left, but can only be climbed. It is called Barsa-Kelmes. If someone goes to Kazakhstan and says, "I am going to Barsa-Kelmes," they say, "I am going to destroy myself." The story is so amazing that science cannot explain it. It is beyond the human mind. The story is so amazing that it is said that I have never seen or heard of it. But this is not the only thing that is amazing. It is a completely unpredictable behavior. Sometimes the people he has swallowed suddenly spit them out. But the difference between Barca and Kelmes is not just the fact that he spits out the people he has swallowed for many years. When the people he has swallowed escape and come back, they talk about their incredible understanding of time, which is completely different from what we know. When people who have been there for many years are asked where they have been for so many years, they spit back and say, "I have only been here for a few days. Let's tell you the truth." Barsa-Kelmes in Kazakhstan, a country of 50 million citizens. There is a place called Barsa-Kelmes. The word is Kazakh and Barsa, meaning, if you go there, you will never return. The area is a sea that covers 113 square kilometers and has many. For thousands of years, Mahalu was an island that surrounded most of the sea. The locals live in a remote area, but few, if any, of the few who have risked their lives to find an island in the middle of the sea know of it. Among the few adventurers who have braved the sea, there was once a drought in Kazakhstan. All the grass in the area had dried up. Farmers drove their cattle to the shore where there was lush grass. But as time went by, the sea level decreased and the grass ran out, and their cattle began to starve. One family, who had many cattle, saw with their own eyes that their cattle were dying. They said, "Let us do what we have done. The island is uninhabited by man and animals, and the family members are confident that they will find enough grass on the island for their drought-stricken livestock, and one day they will be able to raise their livestock." They bravely entered the sea to reach the island from which they had been sailing. That day was the last time their family and their livestock were seen on Earth. After that, no one knows what happened to their family and their livestock or where they went. Barca is unpredictable. Sometimes it spits out the people it has swallowed alive. Those who have had this chance are so lucky that they say that after they entered the island, their skin color turned blue. They see them there. People also say that they have the same blue skin color, that there is complex technology that they cannot explain or understand, that they see fresh graves every day that they do not know where they come from. But the problem is that when they talk about what they have seen and heard, it is beyond the mind of the other person. It's not something that can be proven. It's a matter of faith. We believe everything we see, but the people who tell us this story are asking us how they return to Barca, where no one returns. That's another question that needs an answer. Let me tell you a wonderful story about this. Once, a man from our neighborhood went on an adventure with his older brothers. Why don't we try what we are afraid of, and for a long time? Barsa-Kelmes, carrying food and sufficient supplies for them. They dared to do it in a group, but it doesn't seem like they were adventurous. The days and months passed like years since the young people left. It was concluded that the same fate had befallen them. A relative of a relative was exiled. His friends' affairs were forgotten, and the family started life as a new one. But after 30 years, something unexpected happened. One of his friends returned alone. The country was called together, and he was asked what happened to them there and where his friends were. The son did not have an answer as to what happened to his friends and how he managed to get out of there. The only thing he knew was that he and his friends went to Barsa-Kelmes, not 30 years ago as he said, but 3 days ago. Barsa-Kelmes is a place in Kazakhstan that has been known for thousands of years, but its history was first recorded in 1848, or 277 years ago, according to the European calendar. It became famous worldwide only after a scientific journal wrote about the place in detail in the 1990 seconds. Barsa-Kelmes has a completely different nature. Today, it is not an island. The sea around the island has dried up over the years, and the sea that used to be there has been a lot of time. The place is partly an inhospitable desert and partly a salt flat. Today, the desert winds and radiation from the area are dangerous to human health, so it is not recommended for people to go there. This is a secret place that no human has ever seen except for specially authorized researchers who have been given permission to explore the hidden secrets of nature. It is called Barsa-Kelmes. It is located in South America, Venezuela. It is believed that no human has ever come into contact with nature or the earth since its creation. It is a place where research into the origin of creation is being conducted and is being given great protection. What is also amazing is that few places like this on our planet. Neither animals nor plants have been found in other parts of the world. They say that the place is the center of an ancient civilization. Look carefully at it. It looks like a skillfully carved stone. This is a work of nature. If you have any other amazing things, let us show you. In the middle of the mountain, there are 4 large holes. The 4 holes are made in the same shape and are circular. The largest hole is 352 meters wide and 314 meters deep. Since there has not been enough research, it is said that the 4 similar holes may be the result of ancient human civilizations. There are those who believe that Sarasari is indeed a special place to visit. It is covered with ancient forests that are 25 meters high and stretch for hundreds of meters. It has a tall peak that seems to break through the clouds and support the sky. It can only be reached by helicopter. Scientists arrived at the site in 1974 according to the European calendar. The existence of the site was first known in 1961 after a pilot reported seeing holes in the middle of the mountain. However, the local residents believe that the site is a home for spirits and that anyone who approaches the area will be in danger. The name Sarasari comes from this. They believe that Sarasari is the sound that spirits make when they eat human flesh. In the early years of the site's discovery, there was speculation that this was true. In 1961, researchers who went to investigate went missing. There are media reports that say there are no missing researchers, but the 1974 expedition of scientists was well documented and full of challenges. After landing on the mountaintop by helicopter, the researchers who were suspended by ropes and entered the cave were unable to climb out of the cave and were unable to use it for many research projects. Scientists have repeatedly said that since 1974, they are reported to have destroyed ancient forests. Indeed, the place is feared to be a killer. The journey has been confirmed, but the animals and plants found in the caves, far from human contact, have not yet been fully studied, and it is believed that they may one day reveal the to become rich. If you give me a hint to the people who are riding a horse and riding a lightning bolt, we will give you a well-informed suggestion where to go. That's Venezuela. In northwest Venezuela, there is a place called Rampalacuentang or Catatumbo Lightning. It is the lightning capital of the world, which comes every year in the winter and makes our hearts skip a beat. The term lightning capital of the world is not ours, but the nickname NASA gave the village after 11 years of research there. It is because 280 lightning strikes occur here in an hour alone, 1.2 million times a year. The lightning that strikes there generates 1.6 million volts of energy, enough to light up an entire city. Before Catatumbo was discovered, it was believed that the place where lightning strikes the most on Earth was in the Congo River Basin in Africa. Catatumbo is located in a forested area, far from human habitation, on Lake Makarabo. However, for those who wish to visit, the lightning capital of the world can only be reached by boat. This one is in the Great America of the great scientists, but the scientists called it Satan's Creek, which is easier to name than to solve the mystery of nature. It is Minnesota. What is it? Here, like in any other part of the world, the river flows down through the canyons. When it reaches a certain place, it creates a great mystery that no one has been able to understand to this day. The river splits into two, and half of it flows down the natural path, as you can see. When it reaches the riverbed, it suddenly disappears between the rocks. Scientists have explained that we have reached the place by accident, although we do not know where it is, and we have not reached it. The water that is hidden between the rocks returns to the main river and joins it. We have confirmed this by measuring the upper and lower levels of the river. That is what we have learned from believing in data. Please bring us information. They said, we put a lot of tennis balls in the hole and threw them in the water. They waited. The balls disappeared. The balls sank in. They said, let's try to paint them instead of sinking. The paint mixes easily with the water. Now, they said, wait for the right result. They threw the paint in and waited. The paint disappeared like the tennis balls. And in America, a great country that stretches from the earth to the sky, no scientist has been able to answer where the devil's kettle, which drinks the river, leads to the river. Text exceeds 3,900 character limit. According to the European calendar, in May 2019, a young Belarusian named Andrei Ikonovist was on a journey. He recorded what he saw on camera during his journey, but if he had told it in his own words, it would have been unbelievable and difficult to explain, because for the past 500 years, there have been people who have reported seeing this natural phenomenon, but no one has been able to believe them. Let's see what happened to him. Andrei posted the incident on his social media account with a short note, which was shared by millions within hours. Scientists were asked to provide an explanation. When they examined the book, they found that people had reported seeing similar lightning balls since the 16th century, but they did not record it on camera and did not believe it. The world began to pay attention to the matter during World War II. The warplanes who were in the war saw a flying object that looked like a light and reported what they saw. The report is amazing. The war was between Nazi Germany and the Allied forces in the United States. The Allied forces warplanes reported that the Nazis had developed a very sophisticated and unique modern combat weapon. That day it was also recorded that Nazi German fighter jet pilots reported that the IDF had not yet developed advanced weapons, although it was not used for media consumption. This video was later released in Russia in August 2016. Until these videos were recorded and released, scientists said that there was no such thing as ball lightning. Now, they are researching it, supported by data from a camera they created and believe in. If you are new to this channel, Please subscribe to the channel and become a family, and press the bell icon to receive notifications when new videos are released. See you in the next video. Stay safe and healthy.